reason it was sour was due to the acids such as malic acid, tartaric acid, lactic acid, and fumaric acid. The concentration of hydrogen ions determines the sourness. Malic acid is responsible for the sour taste in candies and other sour foods, such as lemons or limes. The chemical formula is C4H6O5. Tartaric acid is naturally present in many juices and fruits, such as tangerines and grapes, and it is extremely tart. Its chemical formula is C4H6O6. Lactic acid is present in most living organisms. When used in foods, it has a very sour taste. Before it can be used in foods, it must go through a process to convert it into an encapsulated solid pure crystalline. Fumaric acid is one of the strongest acids and most sour organic acid found in nature. According to a food production company called Bertec, fumaric acid provides more sourness per unit weight than other acids used in dry form. This acid also slows down the breakdown of sugar, causing a longer-lasting sour taste.
It's so hot!
The spicy flavor comes from the chemicals capsaicin, vanillin, eugenol, and zingerone. Spicy foods are spicy for a reason. There are certain chemicals in each spicy food that makes the taste buds feel the heat of the food. There are 4 different chemicals that can make a food spicy. The first one is capsaicin. Capsaicin is an organic compound produced by seeds and plants and is an active ingredient in giving spicy foods its pungent heat. Vanillin is the second chemical that makes a food spicy. It is found in vanilla and wood. Vanillin is used to age wine. The third spicy chemical is eugenol. Eugenol is found in bay leaves, allspice, and cloves. Usually, hot peppers, any pepper, contains eugenol because of the bay leaves, allspice, and cloves. The last chemical that makes a food spicy is zingerone. Zingerone is a chemical that gives ginger and mustard their distinct flavors. Some popular spicy foods like chili peppers contain both capsaicin and eugenol. Capsaicin is the main factor in spicy flavor, and eugenol just adds to the heat with spice from the bay leaves, allspice, and cloves.
So bitter.
Bitter foods taste the way they do due to the many chemicals in them such as saccharin, alkaloids, quinine, and cyclohexamine. The reason we react to the way bitter foods taste is because many bitter foods are poisonous. For example, plants release poisonous compounds that taste bitter, so people and animals do not eat them. One bitter compound is saccharin. Saccharin is a chemical and artificial sweetener with a bitter aftertaste. It is also called orthosulfbenzoic acid amide. Saccharin's chemical formula is C7H5NO3S. It is used by diabetics as a sugar substitute instead of regular sugar. Alkaloids are a group of chemicals that taste bitter. Alkaloids are used in caffeine, nicotine, morphine, and LSD. A chemical formula of one alkaloid is C17H21NO4. Alkaloids mess with nerve transmissions, DNA and RNA, and cause cell structures to weaken, like how they say coffee causes osteoporosis. Quinine is a bitter powder from the Ginkgoa tree. Its chemical formula is C20H24N2O2. It is used to treat malaria and leg cramps. It is also used in tonic water and is occasionally added to alcoholic drinks. Another bitter compound is cyclohexamide. Cyclohexamide is a white crystalline powder. It is used in antibacterial drugs, fungicide, and plant growth regulator. Its chemical formula is C15H23NO4. An interesting fact about bitter foods is that young children have more bitter taste buds than adults. A reason children may dislike vegetables is that they taste the bitter compounds released by the plants stronger than the adults.
It's so sweet.
Sugary foods contain chemicals like sugars, such as glucose, fructose, and sucrose, and artificial sweeteners like saccharose and aspartame that make them taste the way they do. The reason we like sweet foods is because sweet foods tend to give quick bursts of energy that we may need. This is because most naturally sweet foods contain sugars like glucose, sucrose, and fructose, which give those bursts of energy, like what happens when you eat too much candy and you have a sugar rush. Glucose is a sugar found in sweet foods. It has a chemical formula of C6H12O6. It is naturally found in human bloodstreams and plant sap. Fructose is another natural sugar found in sweet foods. It has a similar chemical formula to glucose of C6H12O6. It is a yellowish to white crystalline powder. It is water soluble and has been known to be found in honey and many fruits. Another naturally occurring sugar in sweet foods is sucrose. Sucrose is a white crystalline solid. It is from the sugar cane, sugar beet, and maple trees. Its formula is C12H22O11 and is formed from two glucose or fructose combining in a glycosidic bond. One well-known artificial sweetener is sucrose. It is a major chemical in the sweetener Splenda. Its chemical formula is C12H19Cl3O8. It is about 600 times sweeter than sucrose. An interesting thing about sucralose is that it is very stable, not breaking down in heat or even UV radiation. Aspartame is a chemical and low-calorie sweetener. It is a white powder or tablet. Its chemical formula is C14H18N2O5. Aspartame is about 200 times sweeter than sucrose.